All right. All right. Took a little bit of a break. Watched some TV. We're back with Alphinaud and Beyond the Clouds, level 53. I think I'm on White Mage, but I'm not actually turning it. God, I should have turned that in on Red Mage. Or Dragoon, but whatever. At least not White Mage or Paladin. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Hraesfalger himself. Everybody kind of thinks about it. There's a little Moogle in the background. It flies into a kind of... What manner of creature is that? Isael has never seen a Moogle before, apparently. It turns and sees you. Does this little dance thing, turns away and flies into the mouth of a cave. So if you picture like one of the, like kind of a hood, that's what the mouth of the cave looks like. It's a whitish, grayish stone hood. It's like the opening of a hood where a face should be, but it's just... Mercy, do my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? Yeah? You look a little surprised. It was my understanding that they only dwelled within the Twelveswood. I certainly never expected to see one in the churning mists. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Hraesfalger makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. Dragoon. I'll keep doing Dragoon just because it has the... It'll reach the next level sooner. So through the tunnel that starts with that cowl hood kind of opening. Bah, he's gone. Mercy, we must widen our search. We've got a switch back here. We got some big old mushrooms growing. Got some lights that kind of look like they're bioluminescent plant life. And they're very large, roughly 5 feet across. Just bulbs atop stems. There is an etheric disturbance here. We'll search it. The nearby air appears warped. You sense the concealing magics are at work. Alright. There's a destination next to Isael here. We'll survey it. I have heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? Yep. What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. She walks off. I wouldn't have stared at you. I mean, but the game made it seem like I was, I suppose, so it's part of the story now. Estinian is next to this one. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhap 'twas simply one of these strange plants shifting in a breeze. He walks off. And lastly, going around, there's kind of like a few rock kind of platforms in the middle. I guess we do actually have to go up onto the central one here. Third destination, last survey. There is no sign of a Moogle in the area. Okay. That's it then. Bye, everybody. Thanks for playing. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Beyond the Clouds is complete. Mountaintop diplomacy is next. We have a cutscene. Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles, I am certain Race Valgar would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mists for days, and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces, then? Lady Ysayle, might I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? She nods. I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphinaud? I have not yet given up on the Moogles. Mercy, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogles' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Mooggle, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Mercy, let us make haste for Gridania and rendezvous at Nafaga's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you, there is an aetherite of ancient construction here which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. I have almost, I believe without fail, on every character before this, forgot to attune to the aetherite outside. Thank you, Alphinaud, for the quest text that you have always said on every single one of my characters that I have never before read and made use of. So, cool. Let's go do that. Attune to the aetherite here. Big old glowing crystal, as usual. There's also a Chocobo Porter. A summoning stone, one of those like Chocobo-shaped stones. Okay, so let's do our free teleport to the Black Shroud, to Gridania, since that is still my one free teleport location. Come in handy, it does. Zombie, 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 baby, what in your head? With your strength and your gun and your bombs. I know I'm not singing the exact words that are that should be sung based on what part of the song they are on, but that's just where I was in the song, and I apologize. I sent word to the Elder Seatseer upon arriving in Gridania, and I am pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Moogles, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the conjurer stationed at its entrance? Blah. The Elder Seatseer awaits you. Pray follow me. Blah, blah, blah. What's in your head? Cutscene. We're on the Lotus Stand. Kan-E-Senna is here. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hale with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seatseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. And it fades to black with him explaining the situation so far. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Moogles of the churning mists. Kupo-po-po-po! I say Kupo! And a Moogle flies down. Red bulb atop his head, if that matters. Greetings, Kuplokop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kan-E, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Moogles in the sky, Kupo. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Moogle high in the clouds of Dravania, and had hoped that you and your kin in the Twelveswood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I am mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Moogles who dwelled beyond the clouds? Indeed there are, Kupo. Long ago, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoilt children. Ah, yes, the tale of good King Moogle the XII. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length, that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the churning mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the Twelveswood, it is perfectly reasonable that the details of their history may have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphinaud, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Moogles of the churning mist tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come trampling through the forest. Of course, where there's one Moogle, there's bound to be more. He thinks a bit. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. You will accompany us, then? Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit, the thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. That was me sniffing, I'm sorry. If you will have me, too, I too will accompany you on this venture. I lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gridania. The wood whalers and conjurer people are all aghast at this. My lady, are you quite certain? Says Alphinaud. How oft has our nation turned to the signs of the seventh dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the warrior of light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times, I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. The wood whalers and conjurers are all still kind of up in arms. Is this not just? She says, kind of tilting her head to them a little bit. They all kind of bow and cater to her her voice, her decision. A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seats here. We would be honored by your presence. And with that, the cutscene slowly comes to an end and fades out, with her walking extremely slowly out of the lotus stand. Alright, speak with Alphinaud right outside again. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seatsier's guide on the journey back to Som-Al. If it being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seatsier's personal guard to escort us. What I'm gonna do here is use my return to go to Foundation. I have that For All the Nights to Come quest that gives me... Oh, that's what it is! That's the quest to get access to that dungeon for the etheric current. Okay. I remember now. Obviously, because I just said it all out loud. Yeah, we're still gonna do it. I should have taken the teleport, but it's almost entirely too late now. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna fly on the black Chocobo. I keep clicking on the Midgard Sormer. Little dragon on my shoulder. I'm gonna try to click on NPCs. Anyway, sadly, well, I will be able to take the Chocobo Porter from whatever this place is called. I really don't remember. from Falcon's Nest, to the Chocobo Keep person in the Convictory. And then it's a lot shorter of a run on Chocobo back on the ground, sadly, to reach the Dusk Vigil. I think I have to do the Dusk Vigil. I don't remember. I'll find out soon in order to get the etheric current, but yeah, like I said, we'll find out soon. So yeah, flying on a black Chocobo. To the Convictory. It is not better to jump off this Chocobo early at any point in time. Because I don't think it'll ever fly any closer to the Dusk Vigil than the Convictory already is, sadly. But if it does, I'm ready for it. Maybe. It's getting up there. Nope, it's turning west. Actually, yeah, right here. It's fine. So we've landed on kind of the icy river pathway. We're just gonna hop on our Chocobo. And, you know, random mount gave us the yellow Chocobo. And just run straight north with the tiniest, like 1 degree tinge or tint to the west. Past polar bears, big old woolly yaks, ice sprites. And some drakes as well. Kind of like the bird-faced drakes, Archaeornis. There's a spiteful knight here. Don't care. Ugh. Dumb thing to be clipped on. I can't jump over this 1 foot tall frickin' boat ledge thing that's frozen into the ground for some stupid reason. Alright. Nadine is here in front of the Dusk Vigil. What's this? A ward of House Fortom wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and gods only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast, not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill herself in new and exciting ways. Pray, go on ahead. The Dusk Vigil is now accessible. I do not get the etheric current until I defeat this dungeon. But I want it. But I want it. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna end this video, queue for the dungeon, and I will see you guys soon.